Rynhawnda, good afternoon. This is a video, I'm Benjamin, that I've thought about making for a while. Basic questions in Welsh, Rhaeth Gymraeg, the Welsh language, a Celtic language on two jagged peninsulas, or more like a peninsula of two jagged peninsulas on the west coast of Britain, that is the country of Wales, where I live. And I'm doing a series on Stephen the Great at the moment, which I need a bit of a break from. The guy had a long reign. So here's this video about the Welsh language. Just quick questions. So, how are you? Shemai? So Shemai, how are you? Let me know down in the comments. But for this video about questions, bod. That means to be, right? The foundation verb of all Indo-European languages. And like most Indo-European languages, the present, past, future tenses don't really resemble bod very much in each case. So let's start with asking in the present tense. Is it? Is there? Right? Oes. Oes. This is indefinite. It's indefinite or like a quantity of something. Oes cacen argyle. Is there cake available? It could be, is there a cake or a quantity of cake? It's inspecific. Oes dyn yn y stafell. Is there a man in the room? Oes helwen heddiw. Is there sunlight today? But is there, in the specific tense, ydy? Ydy'r haul yn tywynnu? Is the sun shining? Ydy'r dŵr yn boeth? Ydy'r dŵr yn boeth? Is the water hot? Ydy hi? Is she? Ydy e? O, is he? Ydy hi'n gwisgo y ffrog goch? Is she wearing the red dress? Is she wearing the red dress? So you can see the difference between oes, which is indefinite or a quantity, and ydy, which is specific, but also you answer questions in the form that they come. Ydy'r bachgen yn dod? Is the boy coming? Ydy, he is. Ydy e. Now we're not going so much into answers in this, just how to ask the basic questions. Oh, before we move on from that present tense one you need to know is, are you? Wyt ti yn hoffi y sianel hon? Do you like this channel? Wyt ti yn mynd I tapio hoffi? Are you going to tap like? Wyt ti? If you're being a bit more respectful, or if it's y'all, you plural, ydych chi? Ydych chi yn mynd i'r bwyty? Are y'all, or are you plural, going to the restaurant? Ydych chi yn mynd? Are y'all going? Right, next. Will be. This is more like bod. It looks more like bod. Bod. Bydd. Will be is the non-mutated form, but questions are mutated because there's an invisible particle. A fydd. A fydd a ci yn hyredig yn y dol. Will the dog be running in the field? But you don't really hear the ah. You might once in a while if someone wants to add emphasis on something in a sentence, but you don't need to focus on that now. Just know that this ah exists. You will hear it every once in a while. And native speakers certainly mostly are aware that it exists, but it's not used so much. Fydd, will be. Fydd hi yn agor y drws? Will she open the door? Fydd y drws ar agor? Will the door be open? Imperfect, fyddai. Fydda ti yn rhoi paned I mi? Would you give me a cup of tea? Fydda ti. Would you? Fyddech chi. If you're being nice. Fyddech chi'n rhoi Celtic ar bordd. Would you put a sausage on the table? Was. Now, this has the invisible ah. Again, oedd, was it being? Literally, it's a was that is going on in the past. It didn't quite finish at once. Or the swyddfa yn dywyll. Was the office dark? Oedd, it was. Oedd ti eisiau dod gyda ni? Were you wanting to come with us? You also have be, which is like had been. Bivaru, died. It ends in the past. And the question form mutates after the ah, the invisible ah, v. A lot of speakers will use this almost like a roedd, but it's different. I need to stress that. You're not going to hear it as much as oedd, but you need to know it. So, vir ci yn hoffi cigoen. Vir ci yn hoffi cigoen. The dog had been liking lamb, but there's a suggestion with V that it's finished, as if the dog is dead. There's a suggestion that liking the meat is in the past. How much? Now you might expect that it's like how, should or should, like Shemai, how are you? But it's not. Weint. Weint. We have a special word for this, and it has the invisible again. Meint is literally size. A weint, it's question size. Question size. How much? Weint. Weint you. EU. EU is a form of to be, bod, in the present tense, linking two parts. Weint yw'r bresych? Weint yw'r bresych? How much is the cabbage? It's also used in terms of how many of people or things. Faint o adar sydd yn y coed? How many birds are in the trees? Faint ohonyn nhw sydd yno? How many of them which are there? How many of them are there? Now, what and where are different in terms of how they were formed, yeah? So, pa is which. In Older Welsh, pa was used for what, which, and where, all together with different words afterwards to determine which question it was, okay? But over time they were squished together, okay? So, Beth is what? Beth wyt ti'n neud? Beth wyt ti'n gwneud? What are you doing? Pa un? Pa un? Which one? Pa Beth? Which thing? Beth? What? Beth? What? Sometimes shortened to Beth. Be. What? Beth yw hyn yn y Gymraeg? What is this in Welsh? Beth yw hyn yn y Gymraeg? It's hyn, and not hon or hwn, because you don't know what gender it is yet. Peth is thing. Pa Peth squished together over time. Pa Peth became Pa Beth, became just Beth. What? Which thing, literally, is what it means. Pa Beth, what? Beth oedd yn y popty neithiwr? What was in the oven last night? Beth oedd yn y popty neithiwr? Where is exactly like this pa plus mutation thing. So, lle is place or spot. Pa, which. It became ple for a while, but it gradually became ble. Ble, where. Okay? Pa le. Pa le. You occasionally hear people will say pa le, which place. But ble is, everyone uses that. Ble wyt ti'n mynd? Where are you going? There are two words for when in Welsh, pan and pryd. We're not so much concerned with pan in this instance because it's more inspecific. Pryd is more often used in the question tense, but it comes from pa bryd, which time, okay? Which time, squish together slowly, pryd. Pryd ydy'r machlid heno? When is... Wyt ti'n clywed y cwn tu allan? Wyt ti'n clywed? Glywed di y cwn? Hear you the dogs? Dwi'n byw wrth ymyl parc. Okay, if the dogs are barking, we're just going to do it. You will hear people today use pa bryd. Pa bryd, what time? To be more specific. Like you're stating a time, oh, we'll meet at 5:15. It's almost like they didn't hear you the first time. Pa bryd, which time? As if to confirm. Pa bryd. It's more of an emphasis than pryd, but it's subtle. Not always even, because it's so subtle. You don't need to differentiate between pa bryd and pryd, but there is a very, very subtle difference of register. Okay? So, I don't know how long this video is going already. Let me know what you think down in the comments. And next time we'll get back to Stephen the Great. Hwyl am y tro, and thank you. May I take this opportunity to thank my Patreons on the screen now. Thank you for your contribution to the channel. We will see you next time. Diolch yn fawr iawn.